Hello again. I'm here with a question that has been submitted for me to answer. I'm going to connect with Archangel Gabriel and bring through the answer. I'll do some toning. And this is part of a weekly question that I've been putting up on my Facebook page. So if anybody wants to submit a question that you would like the answer to from Archangel Gabriel, please feel free to do that on Rashana.ca on Facebook, RASHANA.ca. And so I'm going to do some toning, connect with Archangel Gabriel, and then I'll read the question and bring through the answer. So the question is, when dealing with negative people in your space or on the phone, is it best to constantly confront them and make them aware of their actions, or do you dismiss it and stay away so it doesn't steal your joy? And so it is, beloveds, that it is our great honor to come before you once again. And it is with great delight that we are given this opportunity to speak to you and to address these questions that may seem very simple, but yet have a great significance in your life. For if you are one who is choosing joy and consciously doing all that you can to keep your place in a state of joy, and you have interactions with others who in their personality and their state of being would pull you down in essence, then it is vital that you are given ways to navigate through this so that it does not impact you in a way that brings you down and makes you feel that you are indeed losing your joy. And so we say to you that many of you work in situations where you have no choice but to interact with such people, and perhaps for many of you there are people in your family who are like this, and so there are many different areas of your life where you may be impacting people who do not have the same intent to be in joy that you have. And so we would say that when you are with someone in the workplace or in a meeting, more of a public situation, it is very appropriate to simply ask that person, I see that you've brought up a concern, and I'm confident that you have an answer to bring forward, or you have some suggestions on how we can work through this concern. So in essence, what you're doing is giving it back to the person. So the more you engage with them and the more you listen, then of course the more they're going to feed their negative viewpoints to you. But if you stop the conversation and say, oh, I see you've brought up some very interesting points, I'd be interested to hear what your solutions are for these situations, then you're turning it back on them. And so they will either think about it and do their best to come up with some solutions, or they may simply just walk away from it because they are not one whose intention is to find solutions, but just to release their own burdens by venting them and speaking them. And so we say in the workplace this is a very effective tool in managing these situations. With friends it can be a different situation, and we believe that with friends you can be more upfront and honest and simply express, you know, at this point in my life I'm consciously choosing joy, and I'm consciously making the decision to keep my thoughts positive, and so that's the way I like to be in my interactions with others. So I would appreciate it that if when we are interacting and having conversations, that you would choose to speak about the things that are working for you in your life and the positive things that we can share together, for that is what I am resonating with now, and I understand that by focusing on the positive things, I will be bringing more of the positive things into my life. So you are setting your boundaries in the relationship. You are also offering a bit of understanding for the other person, that by focusing on the positive you will be bringing more of that into your own life. And so these are two ways that we hope will assist you in this concern of yours that you do not want to be pulled out of your joy. And so we say, dear ones, that many of you are hesitant to put up those boundaries with others. And we say that indeed being very honest and upfront with others that you are creating these boundaries for yourself now is much more compassionate than simply walking away. For it is much more compassionate for another person to understand why you are making choices, so that if you decide that you need to end this friendship, this relationship, they will know what your choices were based on. So they will know that they will have an understanding of who they are in regard to why the friendship has dissolved, and they can then make the choice to work with that aspect or not. But it is indeed a compassionate way for yourself, for setting those clear boundaries, also for the other person, for clear communication with them, so that they know what the difference is if a change happens in your relationship. And so we thank you again, beloved, for this question and for this opportunity to address this situation. For you will find in these times more and more that the separation is happening, as we spoke of in the previous question, that those who are choosing joy and living consciously to recreate their lives into something more beneficial and more joyful, it is getting harder and harder for you then to connect with people who do not have the same understanding, and to let yourself fall back into energies that are no longer supporting your choices in your life. And so it is important to have those boundaries, to honor yourself, and to do that respectfully when it comes to dealing with others. And so we again give thanks for this opportunity and trust that it has served you in the understanding of the answer. And so it is. Thank you all, and thanks to the person who submitted that question.